let's begin the hello people. This is Jerry speaking. Welcome to TheCrazyBunch's WebShow, so number 68. And today we'll be doing not one, not two, but 6 dev topics today. And then we'll be doing 2 more topics to read. So let's read it now. Shall we? See what we got for us. Harry Grant was an American, English, journalist and broadcaster. Excuse me, misspoke. Anyway, I just burped it. Anyway, start over. Anyway, Harry Grant was a English journalist and broadcaster. Anyway, he was one of the main anchors of the BBC Yorkshire radio magazine program called Look North. He was born in Bradford, West Riding of Yorkshire on October 22nd, 1950. Okay. He was raised in a black house in the city. His father was a manager at the boots store in the city and promotions local family to Leeds and York. Grant was educated in St. Peter's School in York. After leaving education, he was eventually spent 5 years as a history teacher and eventually have history of the Warrington Academy School in Lofthouse near Leeds. Excuse me. His career began while he was still teaching. He became a sports commentator on rugby league games. Which led him to 3-month contract for the BBC. He then ended up resigning from his teaching post, went to broadcasting full time when he joined the BBC Radio Leeds in 1988. He started presenting Look North in 1982. By 2018, he has been broadcasting with the BBC for 4 years. Wow. Although he had to spell as BBC stopped today between 1995 and 1999, respectively, which would be co-presented with Sally Taylor. Okay, he presented alongside Judith Stamper, Claire Fripsley, Krista Ackroyd. His last co-anchor was Amy Garcia. Okay. He appeared on Top Gear 2010 while supposedly reporting from Boswell, Jeremy Clarkson crashing Washington Robin in the background. Okay, he was appointed member of the Order of the British Empire (MPB) in 2013. Birthday honors with support service of broadcasting. He regularly appeared in the annual Christmas Pommery in New York Theatre Royal. In the film segment with the main star writer Barry Kayer. Excuse me, okay. In the 2016 production of Cinderella, he appears in woman's underwear. Wow. In 2020 of October 13th, he announced his retirement from the BBC. His final appearance as lead presenter of Look North was October 21st, 2020, the day before his 70th birthday. Okay. Public office. In December 2009, he had followed in the footsteps of his Look North colleague and mayor of Wexford, Paul Hodgson, when he was declared honorary mayor of Bern. In June 2018, he performed the wedding ceremony between Kelly Donovan and Johnny Anton in Choirs of Borough. Donovan is a Look North weather presenter and reporter, and Eisen, how to pronounce his last name, and also broadcast on the BBC. He was a deputy lieutenant of North Yorkshire. He was married to Helen, his first wife, who he had 3 children. He had 3 children from 2 previous marriages. He died suddenly on June 24th, which is last Thursday, He was 71 years old. Yep. My next death topic has to do with Bernard Bell. Okay. He was American composer, producer, musician. After starting his career as an R&B guitarist, Bell became known as a songwriter for Michael Jackson, the late Michael Jackson, that is, and Whitney Houston, the late Whitney Houston, again, that is. Anyway, as the producer of gospel music, which I'm not a huge fan of, by the way. He was born on November 12th, 1964. Wow. Bell grew up in Englewood, New Jersey, and performed as a musician while still a student at Dwight Mall High School. Bell received his first break in the late 80s. His sister, Regina Bell, a Grammy Award-winning singer who was providing background vocals in the R&B group Manhattans at the time, recommended him to play guitar for the group. He is notable for his partnership with the producer Teddy Riley and his collaboration with Michael Jackson. Okay, that makes sense to me. He's credited with writing and co-writing "Remember the Time," "Privacy," and "Why Won't You Want to Trip on Me." He began working with Teddy Riley in 1986. Together they began with the pioneers of New Jack Swing and era of music. He wrote and produced for, among others, Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown, Patti LaBelle, Aaron Hall, Keith Sweet, Al B. Stir, and Today. After this dedicating his life to Christ in 1994, Bell still reminded him one of the most sought after producer musicians in the gospel music industry. Okay, he performed with Donnie Clarkson, Shirley Caesar, Richard Smallwood, Marvin Sapp, Fred Hammond, Yana Adams, Ty Tribbett, Mary, Kirk Franklin, Donald Lawrence, Smokey Norfolk. I can't pronounce that name, sorry. First name, something like that. Okay. He's Zaka Walker and BB and CC Wyans. Okay, makes more sense. Anyway. Okay. Whoever these names were. Okay, makes sense. He was a recording musician on the BT gospel shows Sunday Best and the Celebration of Gospel. His name appears on over 70 million records worldwide as a producer, writer, and musician. He received 4 Grammy Awards and an American Music Award, 2 Soul Train Music Awards, and over a dozen ASCAP Awards, and nomination for Stella and CMA Dove Awards. He married his longtime love, Deborah Bell, in November 1995. Yeah, I was born. Anyway, he had 5 children. Asa Adams, Jamal, Jerome, Charell, and I can't pronounce the name. Jada, okay. He died on last Wednesday. He was 57 years old. My next death topic has to do with Duncan Henderson. Best known for being a film producer, associate director, and production manager, he produced the 2003 film Master Commander, Far Side of the World, which he earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Picture. In 2020, he received the Frank Capra Achievement Award. Now, 1950 was where he was born, and he had made films like, for example, American I can't pronounce that word. Sorry. In 1980, True Confessions, 1981, St. Helens in 1980, same year, Halloween 2 in the same year. My favorite year, 1982. Anyway, Stay Alive, 1983. Star Chamber in 84. Race the Moon in 84. Rhinestone same year. Man with One Red Shoes in 85. Rocky 4 in same year. Quick Silver in 86. Cobra in 86. Big Trouble in the same year. No Man's Land in 87. Earth Girls Are Easy in 88. I can't pronounce this word, sorry. In 89. Okay? Dead Poets Society in 89. Take Care of Business in 1990. Green Card 1990. Home Alone 2. I didn't pronounce the years wrong. Lost in New York in 1992. Anyway, what's the year that first came out? 92. So see? Duh. Anyway, the Program in 93. Outbreak in 95. Deep Blue Sea in 99. The Perfect Storm in 2000. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which is in the United States era. It's called Sorcerer's Stone. How do they call that? Anyway, in 2001. Anyway, Master Commander and the Proposed Style for the World in 2003. Pollination in 2006. G-Force in 2009. The Way Back in 2010. Abomination to about 2013. Okay. Ben Hur in 2016. Elizabeth, Mistress of Evil in 2019. And Space Jam: A New Legacy in 2021. He died last Tuesday. He was 72 years old. My next death topic has to do with James Ryo. He was known as James Alexander Ryo Muskie, how to pronounce it. Anyway, he's an American actor, playwright, director, and composer. Okay? Best known as a co-author, along with Jerome, it was the G, not the J. Anyway, Rangi of the 1967 musical Hair. He and Rangi were nominated for the 1969 Tony Award for Best Musical. They won for Best Musical in the 11th Annual Grammy Awards. He was born on January 23rd, 1932 in Los Angeles. Was raised in Rochester, New York, and Washington, D.C. Okay? In college, Ryo majored in speech and drama and began writing songs. He co-authored 2 musical shows at the University of Maryland, Everroad and Everroad 2, okay? After graduation, followed by 2 years in the U.S. Navy. He returned to school in Washington, D.C. for graduate work in Catholic University of America, okay? Where he co-authored a musical revue called Cross Your Fingers, okay? He wrote the lyrics and music for all the his early songs, okay? Makes sense anyway. He then moved to New York City, where he studied acting with Lee Strasberg, okay? And also wrote pop songs and were recorded his own band. James Alexander and I can't pronounce that, sorry. Ryo's first Broadway show was Marathon 33 in 1963. In 1966, Ryo played Richard Lionheart in the original Broadway production of Lion in Winter by James Goldman, starring Robert Preston and Rosemary Harris. He met Jerome Rangi in 1964, where were at together in the off-Broadway play Hang Down Your Head and Die. Later, both Ryo and Rangi were cast in the roles of Tom and Tolan in the Chicago comedy of Michael Nicholas production of The Knack by I can't pronounce his name, sorry. Anyway, now for Hair, as his career began. Both of them became friends and began writing Hair together in the late 1964. Well explained, we're great friends. It was a passionate kind of relationship that we were directed into creativity, into rhyme, and into creating this piece, excuse me, we put the drama between us and stage, okay? You recall, there was so much excitement in the streets, in the parks, in the hippie areas, okay? We thought it was could transmit this excitement to the stage. It would be wonderful. We hung up with them. We went to BN's and let our hair grow. Hair premiered off Broadway October 1967 and opened on Broadway in April of 1968. Okay, it became a sensation, running for 1,750 performances and swallowing number of productions around the world, and the 1979 film adaptation. Okay, some of the songs from the score became top 10 hits, and numerous albums of the songs have been released. The 2009 Broadway revival earned the Tony Award for Best Revival and also opened in London's West End, okay? Although he did not play in parts of Chloe when the show premiered off Broadway, Ryle originated the role of Chloe on Broadway, okay? Performing opposite Randy as Berger, okay? He also played Chloe in the later Los Angeles production. The main characters of Chloe and Berger were abominable to this degree. Excuse me, okay, with Reynolds, Chloe was being a passive romantic, okay? In the 2008 interview with Osmate, okay, Reynolds probably described himself for the first time I can't pronounce that, sorry. And spoke openly in the Rodney's lover. Wow, makes sense. Anyway, after Hair. After the success of Hair, Ryle and Rodney went to separate ways in the period of time in the early 70s. Now, for Rainbow, spoke anyway. While Rodney and Hair composer, Gail McDermott, comedy on Dude, Ryle, on the other hand, while a musical entitled The Rainbow Rebeam Radio Roadshow, or Rainbow for short, collaborating on the book with his brother, Ted Radio, and contributing his own music and lyrics, okay? Rainbow opened off Broadway on the Auburn Theater in December 1972, and the musical is a sequel to Shorts of Hair, with a character called Man, who was killed in the Vietnam War, now who lives in the Rainbow Land. Wow, okay. Clive Barnes gave it a positive review in the New York Times, writing Rainbow is a joyless and life average, it's the first musical generation for Hair that really seems to have a confidence of a new creation about it, largely deserved from James Radio's sweet and fresh musical lyrics. Since then, Rainbow has been revised several times. Okay, it has been developments becoming more occasionally a sequel to Hair. Okay, and it was become Rainbow, the ghost of Vietnam in the late 90s. Okay, makes more sense. Anyway, in other words, becoming more abstract in the one version, titled Billy Earth, the New Rainbow, okay? And whereas American Soldier, White House, okay? The latest version of the show, titled Super Soldier, was presented in the stage read in October 14th, 2015, okay? By actor Sam Underwood, who plays evil twins Mark and Luke. Wait. Luke? Really? I don't know that. Anyway, on the following, okay? Okay, makes more sense. Anyway, on Fundamental Fear Project. Anyway, in collaboration with the New York Fear Bard, okay? On the Manhattan Movement and Arts Fear, okay? Center, Anyway, the ring was directed by Joel Burrows and featured Tyson Jeanette, okay? Debbie Andrews and Louis Vaughn, okay, misspoke. Anyway, Rayo previously collaborated with a Fundamental Fear Project 2010, playing the role of Hamlet's ghost a completely benefit read of Hamlet in which Alec Baldwin, Kate McGraw, and Fundamental Sphere Project co-author director Sam Underwood also starred. Wow. Next up, Son. Anyway, in 1974, Radio would reunite with Randy to co-write Son, audio movie, okay? A show with music by Steve Margossis, okay? Based on a play by New York writer Joyce Gore, anyway, with themes about pollution and the environment, okay? The musical, then titled YMCA, was eventually staged for backers in 76. Okay. In the workshop directed by John Rachel, okay? With appearances by Ruby Lynn Rayner and Annie Joe Edwards, okay? Son was presented at the Howley, Arts Project in 2011. Okay. Another version of Son was written with a score by Hair collaborator J. McDermott, was presented at concert from the form in 1998. Other shows, Ray Megami was later to write another musical together, along with McGarry's, okay? Entitled Jackson and His Dog starred Bowen and final trumpet on the Day of the Doom. The show ran La Mama in the summer of 78. His later years began when, following Randy's death in 91, okay, Randy was active in developing new production pair, including Lemon City 1994 national tour which he directed. In the 2006 Ken Stage production in Toronto. Since 2011, Rhino was creative to consult for the Frederick Rock musical called Barcode, okay? Written and workshopped at the Downtown Manhattan Rock Club in 2012 by the members of New York indie band Glacier, okay? Premiered in August 2015. A year I graduated high school. Anyway, and the New York International Fringe Festival, okay? Fringe Festival, excuse me. Okay, anyway. On December 3rd, 2011, Rayo performed songs for Barcode at the obviously Wall Street, obviously Broadway. Rayo died last week at the hospital in Manhattan from crimes of Wall Street arrest. He was 9 years old. Now, for my next step topic, has to do with Dennis Carlo. Now, I read the last step topic too long, so here we go with that. Anyway, okay. He was American guitarist who specialized in Irish traditional music. Wow. He was born in Chicago on June 16th, 1954. Parents of County Perry Island. Wow. In Chicago, Illinois. Makes sense anyway. Makes sense anyway. Chicago began playing guitar at the age of 9. Studied the instrument at the Chicago Musical College, okay? This is out of Irish traditional music scene in the Chicago in the 80s and the 90s, okay? In the late 80s, he and Irish fiddler Martin Hayes formed a band in Chicago titled Midnight Court, okay? Which combined traditional music with rock and roll. Okay, the band was with Cahill playing a Fender Telecaster, okay? And Hayes as electric fiddle. Okay, it was active between 1989 until 1992. After his demise, Cahill and Hayes continued to work together and form a solo duo in 1996, developing an unrushed lyrical, a highly instructive instrumentation of traditional Irish music. Okay, Cahill's Carlo management use started truly, and in 1999, a New York Times reviewer described Hayes and Kyle's approach of stripping old reels, and I'm not gonna say it, GIGS, something like that. Anyway, to their assistants, leaving spaces between the real notes and the harmonicas, okay, and whispered blue notes, okay, resulting in the Celtic compartment and Steve Rich quartets and Miles Davis sketches of Spain, okay. Hayes and Carlo toured initially released pre-recordings on the Green White label. Lonesome Touch in 97, Live Seattle in 99, Welcome Here Again in 2008. Skiles and Hayes, along with singer R.O. Leonard, filler, comment, wow. I can't pronounce that, sorry. And pianist Diamond were the members of the Godmen. The Irish American supergroup were the first album released in 2014, winning the Miller Choice Music Prize for the Irish Album of the Year. Dennis resided in Chicago with his wife Mary Joyce. He died earlier this last Monday. He was 68 years old. Okay, now my last death topic has to do with Brett Tuggle. Anyway, best known for being an American musician, singer, and songwriter, it was best known for keyboards playing for Fleetwood Mac and the David Lee Wolf Band. Okay, Wolf Band. Excuse me. Okay. He was born on September 23rd, 1951, in Denver, Colorado. Okay. As a child, he studied classical piano, learned guitar, and organ in his birthplace, Denver, Colorado. Okay. In the United States, and as a teenager, he played in local Denver bands. When he left home, he played in Tory bands in Texas. Okay. Where he learned a range of traditional music styles, but then he returned to Colorado where he launched the band head first. In '79, record producer Keith Olsen invited Tuggle to go to Los Angeles to meet with artists. We needed a keyboard player. Performing in Los Angeles, Tuggle made numerous professional contacts with band leaders who helped start a touring career. He's a keyboardist for John Kay and Steppenwolf, before being Rick Springfield, and joined the band in early 1982, and also played keyboards with David Reed Wolf and Wolf's post-Van Halen career in 1986 until 1984, and then returned in 1997, okay? In 1988, Tuggle co-wrote the top 10 hit singles, Just Like Paradise with Wolf. In 1992, Tuggle was invited by Mick Freewood to be a member of the band The Zoo. Okay. Tuggle also toured with Steve Lukather. Okay, makes more sense. Anyway, from Toto, Tuggle played with Chris Isaac and Whitesnake. Okay. Well, Tuggle was known for this onstage keyboard playing with Fleetwood Mac, who is best known for performing and songwriting as keyboard player for Wolf in the 86, 87 EM and Smile Tour, the 88 Skyscraper Tour, and the 91 Ain't Enough Tour, where he also have several co-writers in the album, and up to around the 94 Your Filthy Little Mouth Tour. He continued to perform in various applications with Wolf until some point of 96 until 97. Scouting Magazine's review of Wolf's album Skyscraper praised Tuggle's co-writing work on what is called the best tunes on the album. The review calls Taylor Rose co-written song Just Like Paradise. I'm not gonna say the S word, sorry. Sassy and memorable, okay? And states that Taylor's keyboard playing gives the music an extra definition and makes Paradise the bounciest cuts Rolf been involved in since Jump by Van Halen, okay? Rick Springfield's book, Late at Night, that was his touring band. Tim on guitar, Mike Springfield on bass, Brett Tuggle on keyboards. Springfield formed a special, I can't pronounce it, sorry, with Tuggle in the world due to their shared interest in, I can't pronounce it, sorry, with woman. Okay. He died last Sunday of conditions related to cancer. He was 7 years old. Now we're going to do a moment's silence in regard to those 6 people right now. Thank you. Rest in peace, these 6. Now, I'm going to move on to my next topic. And that, of course, is one of the worst shows that I've ever seen in my life. Will begin a new reanimated by Wallbraid and Peacock. Now, why am I asking for it? Well, it's because I hate the show as a kid. Well, back then I loved the show as a kid, but I don't love it. And I don't love it now. Sorry. I don't. I used to. Well. Most of the people, including me, are asking for people to not love it. But most of the time, he is bald. So people ask me, and according to Berlizzi, this lollipop head, white face, he was a brat, according to my status right now. And I have to agree with, Berlizzi in this point, and so many others. I asked you not to watch it, That's me, of course. But I'm going to talk about it anyway. Anyway, a new CG Caillou is being reanimated by Wallbraid and Peacock, okay? A little ball boy is coming back with CG. Now, it is stupid, in my opinion. I'm sorry, but do recommend not to watch it, okay? Wallbraid and MC Universal streaming Peacock are producing a new 52 times 11-minute Caillou series. Why do I even bother watching this? Anyway, okay. Peacock will also premiere 5 previously announced 44-minute Caillou specials. No, I'm not watching. Sorry. I'm not very interested. Okay. According to Wallbraid, the new Caillou series continues to explore the daily life of an imaginative and curious 4-year-old boy. No. Why showing up and exploring? That is not exploring. That's just boring, Who is learning and growing a little more each day and doesn't usually get things right in his first try, despite his best efforts. First of all, no. Secondly, it is boring, I hated it so much back nowadays, It's like, at a time, yes, he's a brat, Why I'm doing this coming to the boring jokes. Anyway, through the support and encouragement of his parents, friends, and neighbors, as well as their adventures and a very active imagination, Caillou reaches every stations and discoveries, and he learns to never give up and never keep pushing his goals and he succeeds. Now, first of all, shut up! Secondly, never really talk about Caillou in my presence, I'll talk about this coming to the boring jokester, but for right now, this is boring. Anyway, We delighted to join with Peacock with sparing the Caillou universe, said Josh Yorba, president of Walt Brain. Well, according to Ben Wilder, he said, whoever these people were, I'll throw to pieces. I have to agree with that. But anyway, it's yet another example of how we reminisce treasured brands from Evergreen Library. No, enough, Josh, stop. This is boring, you know? For over 25 years, preschoolers have connected with Caillou. It should be targeted nobody. Thank you. Because they were, seeing themselves in highly relatable stories. Caillou's a kid, just like them. First of all, he's not a kid, he's a brat. Secondly, he's boring to me. Anyway, facing everyday problems and learn about the world around him. No. With new looks and stories where Caillou explores the world through the forever flights of imagination. No, he's not like he's not Barney, Josh, Jesus. Caillou's better than ever. No, he's not better. He's worse. Jesus. We're connected that today's kids and their families are going to love it. Boring! We're overjoyed to look at them as Wildbrain, the new CG animation version of the beloved Caillou series that won over the hearts of young audiences around the world, said Christopher Dyke, VP of Kids Content at NBC Universal Television. Why bother? Stop doing this! Jesus. Peacock is committed to enriching the minds of new generation and promote emotional exploration, creative thinking, and dreaming big. We can't wait for parents and their kids to see the promotional themes coming to life at Caillou and all the Peacock's cake offerings. Stop it. It's boring. Anyway. 5 new Caillou are built as preschool friendly events viewing throughout the year. Christmas, Halloween, celebration of family, summer vacation, and even tackling the important topic of bullying. No, I hate this. Each story was pushed forward in the rich imagination potential of Caillou. Inner world than ever before. This is boring. Anyway, by telling bigger stories, we got a better understanding of Caillou's struggles and victories. This is getting worse. With the ultimate satisfaction of knowing things are always wrapped up in a happy ending. That's a sad ending to me. Caillou was originally introduced in 1997 based on a series of best-selling children's books inspired by the works of French child pragmatist Dr. François Dolto. Walt Brain's Caillou has been viewed over 140 countries worldwide. This is boring. Anyway, can be a 0. François Dolto, stop making Caillou. Anyway, the existing Caillou content library of 234 classic 2D anime episodes and 5 additional first seasons remains popular on streaming and broadcast platforms worldwide. Not interested. On worldwide, Wildbrains on own platform, IVOD network on YouTube, Wildbrains Spark, Caillou is number 1 property. No, it's not. It's a number 0. Boring. Have garnered more than 73 million minutes of watch time in 21 languages. Wildbrains manages global distribution rights while Caillou. What I think about this? It's boring! Stop making Caillou. Thank you. Now, my last real topic has to do with Beavis and Butthead. Thank you. Anyway. Do the universe. Scores like awesome reviews. Anyway, thank you very much. Anyway. If you plan to check out Mike Judge's latest movie, which I'll have to watch very soon. But anyway. Might be with Butthead Do the Universe this weekend on Paramount Plus. We have some good news for you. The reviews are possibly growing. New film is showing up an impressive 97% rating at RottenTomatoes.com. Hooray! Anyway. Compare that to Lightyear, so 76%, Doctor Strange in the multiverse, 74%, hooray. Anyway, latest adventure finds our two not-so-bright heroes at space camp through creative sentencing, okay? From the judgeable court judge in 1998, mistaking a docking server for something else, haha. Anyway, Beavis and Butthead excels at asked to be joined the space shuttle mission, then the PR move. Anyway, after ruining the mission, they end up going to black hole and emerging back to Earth in 2022. Anyway, we discover a very different world and find ourselves concerned buttholes of your interest by the NSA, governor of Texas, and the highly insert version of themselves in the parallel universe, okay? Film features the voice of Judge, Leeds, Beavis and Butthead. Anyway, Gary Cole as Madison, Chris no, that's not pronounced his last name, police office, prisoners, etc., etc. Nat Fax as Jim Harrison, okay. Kai McBride as McCoff and Judge. Anyway. Okay, these movies make more sense. Anyway. Brian Husky is Richard Walk. Okay. Okay, these are amazing. Anyway. Okay, it makes more sense. Anyway. T.I.G. Nightdraw is Professor. Stephen Root as Jail Tattoo Artist, Andrew Savage as Sarah Riot, and Philip Marr as Flight. Oh my god, it makes more sense. Anyway, Flight Sergeant Jackson. Well, Philip Marr I like with Weekenders. Anyway, here's a quick summary of what the critics have to say about the deal's Traveling Space Adventure. Okay. What is so wonderful about the sequels Beavis and Butthead do in the universe? Judge does. Nothing to make most famous creations. And most smart taxes visually commandingly. His new movie scorching hilarity curve. No, Murray's Los Angeles Times said. Anyway, the movie knows about it won't change the world or presents outside it. But the essence of not entirely cheap laughs at this movie, which is the best watch over the plate of nachos, delivered to our bank. Greg Kenny, the New York Times said. Sure, it's another throwback intended to running value of our nostalgia, but it's one it's doing with a level of relentless silliness that, like its stars, won't be assured of overthinking things. Brian Rooney of CNN.com. Anyway, I'm not sure what that the world that was collaborating for another Beavis and Butthead movie, and this is one of it's an exactly like the Top Gun Maverick and BBB Head sequels. It is, however, shaggy, snark, influenced larks that's likable enough to get by. Owen Guerman of Variety. Anyway, and then the last one, thankfully at the time away as it finished the smart dub comedic values of personas. Watching this latest revival, fans will probably match them chuckle to chuckle. A. Dowd said of The Guardian. And that is my last topic. And double episode of Crazy Bunch's web show, episode number 68. There won't be any fun fact of the week this week, but there will be one in, like I said, in Independence Day weekend. So there you go. Double episode of this episode. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one. It's gonna be Crazy Bunch's web show episode 69. It's gonna be this. It's not only the 69th episode, but it's also gonna be the Independence Day episode for you guys 2022. Till next time, Stu Jefferson, bye, peace out, baby. We get more episodes, guys, pretty soon. Till then, just say out. See ya. Oh, just before we go, there is fun facts of the week for today. Just two of them, as a matter of fact. This Tuesday is my 27th birthday, and then on earlier today marks the day we celebrate 25's first anniversary day. So that's your fun fact of the week. Anyway, and that is all for the Crazy Bunch's web show episode number 68. I'll see you later. See ya.